Alright everyone, the last video got a little too long, so I cut it off, and now we're going to talk about vision cards, and my camera, for whatever reason, is still very bright. I don't know, I think rebooting it and unplugging it may have actually just turned the brightness up. There we go. Let's say that's better. Contrast is also a little washed out. I don't know. Alright, so why are we here today? We are here to talk about the vision cards. The other part of the video that I didn't get to talk about in the previous one because there was just too much to talk about units and I ran out of breath. So let's talk about each of these vision cards and kind of how they affect the overall unit. So there are 3 vision cards. We have Alexander's Chosen, Odin's Chosen, and Shiva's Chosen. And actually, for the benefit of this video, we once again have all 3. So let's start with Alexander's Chosen. And this vision card, I mean, party-wise, light type units, accuracy up, magic up, damage limit up. All of these things are general positives with magic attack up and area attack up for light units. With Hope getting a global buff of magic up and increased duration of buffs and debuffs cast by self. Now this is interesting because on JP we didn't have this. As I talked about in my previous video, this was not available on JP. Now, do I think that this actively matters? Now, I think that Alexander's Chosen is a much more interesting card now. Whether or not it's actually good feels a little iffy for one particular reason. Hope doesn't see any play on JP at the moment for PvP, and PvP is a major part of this game. You look at what kind of buffs we're getting. You can get AoE resistance, you could get slash and magic attack resistance. Both of those are quite good, although I think range is considerably more important right now from a JP perspective. Physical barrier and light attack up, AoE resistance. So there's a good amount of buffs that you could get an extension. I assume that because of the way it's worded, that it's and the effect that it's probably only for 1 extra turn. And I do think this brings a lot to the table. I don't think Magic Up is really that relevant because Hope's damage isn't that amazing. It's not bad. You can definitely put him on a team, but I don't think it's that amazing. In terms of PvE, I just like this vision card anyway. But in terms of PvP, buffs and debuffs, JP feels like it has a ton of enhancement removal, so I don't think that this is that good. I'm gonna say that Alexander's Chosen is a nice overall for light elemental teams. I think it does have some bonuses, especially for guild raids and potentially PvE content for really breaking the damage limit even more, especially with a magic team. But I do not think that it is on the highest priority. Even with the global buff, I feel like it is quite next up is we will do Shiva's Chosen next. So Shiva's Chosen, how does this vision card look? Well, defense piercing rate up, ice attack up, with wind resistance up, or a max in out. This is a vision card. And as for the limited effects, I'm going a lot tonight. I know, I'm sorry. Activation requirements is ice type units up, specifically HP up and unit attack resistance. Very good for snow, very good for Agrius as well, so this vision card does pull double duty. Could be put on another character, ice character as well, and still get a bonus out of it. However, snow only, healing power up and area attack resistance up. This is the thing. I do highly recommend snow for people who are big ice people. Like right now, snow is still really good on JP. I think he will be really good for a long time to come for ice elemental teams. In terms of an overall thing, if I had to like a multi-elemental team, I still feel probably like I would want something a little more along the lines of a Joom, if we're just talking about best tank overall in the game. But this is really good. It essentially works on his job level 25 ability, and area attack resistance is always a big boost for a tank. This is just a really strong vision card that has gotten stronger on global, so I 100% recommend this, because even if you just use an Agrius for this card, both results are incredibly high, and getting more defense piercing on your range characters is really good. The only chance that I would say it's not good is with a Barris and Zoma combo on JP, and even then it's still not that bad because you're getting ice attack up. So yeah, I will give Shiva's Chosen a incredibly strong recommendation. A strong vision card that got stronger, and in a really strong element, ice continues to get nice stuff. The only reason that I'm going to put a asterisk on it is because ice has so many great vision cards already. You'll have a hard time putting this in sometimes because you're essentially going to want to use other vision cards. This card, there are just so much strong ice vision cards, so it's hard to figure out exactly where this will go. But holy cow, man, just a boost on a character that didn't really need it, but sure, whatever. And last up, Odin's Chosen. Going to the Lightning Girl herself, who in my previous video ended up in my highest recommendation. And here with this vision card, you get area attack resistance up and lightning attack up with critical evasion up. Overall, a strong vision card that deals a lot of damage to the enemy. I have found that this vision card is quite nice. I have run this vision card on basically all of my lightning teams, and for the unit that has it, you're getting critical damage up and critical hit rate up. JP was slightly different, as you can see. We are getting specific unit attack up as well as accuracy up. I would probably want the accuracy, but if Global already had I'm guessing it's Esther's card that they kind of changed it around. This vision card is still really good, and with the global upgrade buff, critical damage up as well as hit rate up on the specific unit of lightning, sure, I guess they gave that more evens. Lightning is just really strong. Lightning is one of my highest recommended characters in the game overall right now, and on if I was doing a reroll video, Lightning would be pretty high on that reroll video too. I really love this vision card. I really love the character it goes with, and the lightning element is strong on global, with people being very happy with Esther and Orlando coming out. There's tons of applications for this. A little bit defensive, it's a little bit offensive, it gives you just generally some good boosts, and it got a global upgrade, which I didn't think it needed in the first place. So if I am giving recommendations for vision cards, the lightning one is probably my overall best one, but ice does get a little bit of high recommendation too, being good for 2 different tanks, whereas the lightning card feels a little more specifically great for lightning, and really that's what kind of boosts the card, because I recommend lightning so highly to everyone. Snow I really recommend to specific accounts, so that vision card gets a little bit lower. And again, there isn't a shortage of really great ice vision cards that are not like, so many ice vision cards are just available all the time that are really great, so that's decreases the evaluation of that card a little bit. As for the Hope card, it feels probably the most can be good in the right situations, but again, in the same way as Hope, I guess the biggest thing is just that global upgrade feels a little soft. With JP having so much dispel and like effect removal, enhancement removal, it's really tricky to say that it's something that really is required for everybody. Anyway, that's my opinion, and I'm sticking with it until I potentially have a second thought later, or someone comments with, hey, did you know this? And it's like, I missed that, or I forgot about that. I'll just use the George R.R. or the Game of Thrones Season 8 excuse. I guess I just kind of forgot about it. But yeah, I do feel pretty good about these recommendations. Hopefully they helped you, and will help you guys decide where you spend your resources. Because even if you're not into the FF13 characters and you're only into tactics, a lot of these vision cards do have really good synergy with tactics characters anyway. So even if you don't recommend the characters, vision cards are definitely worth looking at. See ya.